Hello, you absolute lovelies. Let's talk all about that Superman teaser trailer. I'm going to be doing a fair amount of videos around this. I'm going to talk about the poster in this video as well as the teaser trailer, but I've got another video coming out later today talking about the actual Superman teaser trailer event I went to and talking to David Corenswet, talking to James Gunn, talking to Rachel Brosnahan, talking to Nicholas Hoult. Going to actually give some context and some insights into the conversations I had with them as well. That's the next video. This video is all about the teaser trailer. Before we get into it, hit that subscription bell, rapidly approaching 40K. Very excited about it. Hit that like so I know you like this video, and leave a comment below because I want to discuss this trailer that meant the world to me. Let's get into it. I love when Superman is about hope, when Superman is aspirational, when Superman is larger than life. I love when Superman is a beacon of bright positivity. And that was this teaser trailer. James Gunn said at the event that the main goal of this teaser trailer was to encompass the film itself, to feel like the film made you feel. It's not like some trailers that are giving the story. It's not like some trailers that are giving you, something to sell you on the action set pieces. This is a feeling of the story. And if that's true, and I have no reason to think it isn't, we are in for such an important film in July. This felt like Frank Quitely art. This felt like Tim Sale art. This felt like John Byrne's era on Superman. This felt so larger than life. It shot up. It shot with this slightly wide lens that makes everything feel larger than life. The fact that there's a kaiju in this and it is not out of place is a testament to how big this feels. The fact that Lex Luthor, in his few moments of screen time, has this primal rage, has this primordial judgment of why. How could this possibly be your savior? And without a single line of dialogue spoken is incredible. The fact that there's so much palpable chemistry between Lois and Clark. The fact that, to me, Lois is the most important character that doesn't wear spandex in the DC universe. She is what makes us, along with Jimmy, but what makes us understand both Clark and Superman. She is this incredible eyeline, this important connection to this larger-than-life character, and that was felt without dialogue. The fact that we get this highly emotional trailer that doesn't lean into any of the things that I think people have been worried about with, too much comedy, it's all heart. Too much quippy dialogue, no dialogue in the trailer, just a whistle. It is so incredibly emotionally riveting, and there isn't a word spoken. I love this teaser, and I love that it's a teaser. This movie's not out until July. I don't want to hear a lot of dialogue if it's not out for 8 months. I don't want to know too much, but I wanted to know the tone. I wanted to know the feel. I wanted to experience what it is like to have superheroes in this new world. We see a flash of Guy Gardner. We see a flash of Hawkgirl. We see a world that has its superheroes established. We see Metropolis, but we don't know anything about it. And that's amazing. We get all of this incredible superhero lore and moments, but it's out of context. We literally see the trailer, the poster image with the, giant amorphous color blob in the background of something he's fighting and him, going through it. We still don't know what it is. And it's in the trailer a couple of times. We open with Superman at his most vulnerable. We open with Superman beaten and Krypto rescuing him. We never see anything that doesn't feel hopeful. Even that moment's hopeful. It's just so Superman. I don't know. This trailer really encapsulates what I think of the character as being. It encapsulates what I think the brightness and the wonder of what it'd be like if there was an alien that was here for sheer good. And David Corenswet even said he wanted the suit to be bright so that, kids aren't afraid of this alien from outer space with powers that could be terrifying. He shoots red laser beams out of his eyes. And that's what this trailer feels like. But what really surprised me was how it felt like almost Alex Ross Kingdom Come, but also in the film language, kind of like, the Pacific Rim, big scope. Everything felt so huge. And for whatever reason, I wasn't anticipating that visual style. The scope of Superman is vital, but in film language, I wasn't expecting quite so much breadth and width, and I think it's a great choice. I think it's very different visually than I was expecting in a lot of ways. It's as bright as I was expecting, and I'm so glad that landed. It is again, without any dialogue, so much more full of humanity and heart and what it is between these connections and these characters. I still think that the costumes that Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl are wearing are some sort of corporate tie-in. It felt very corporate, felt like, NASCAR patches, and I'm wondering if Superman being someone that's doing this for hope is going to inform them on hopefully changing their ways. I'm really curious about a world that already has established superheroes. I'm very curious about Metropolis, and I'm so glad 7 months out we don't know any of that yet. We just know that a man can fly. We just know that this is a world that has heroes. We just know that there is a lot going on with, a laser gun, wielding Lex Luthor, a villain, seemingly pop up for a couple frames, a kaiju. There's a lot going on, but we don't know any of it yet. And we have an entire 7 months, 8 really, but like 7 months of reveals and press and moments. And what I really love is this score. It reminds me of, it's funny because Dick Donner did Superman, and it obviously has shades of the Williams stuff in there, but it reminds me of his Lethal Weapon score. It reminds me of Richard Donner as much as it does Superman, and that's a really fun way to tie into that classic feeling to me, because I grew up, Lethal Weapon was the Richard Donner stuff I watched, and this feels like that 80s, 90s, more than the late 70s Superman. This feels like that energy of Richard Donner and Lethal Weapon and those scores to me. So it's a fun tie-in for me. Like, that's my nostalgia. And again, I didn't grow up on the Superman movie with Christopher Reeve. I grew up on the Superman comics. And the fact that this immediately made me think Quietly, Burn, Sail, and I wasn't expecting it, but Ed McGuinness. This made me think of Ed McGuinness art, and McGuinness is one of my favorites in any medium. I want a McGuinness tattoo. I'm a big fan of McGuinness. But like that really robust, hardy, big, and obviously that's how Corenswet feels. Again, my next video I'm going to be talking to these actors that embody these characters so well, and I think that translates in all of this. I think people that were so worried about James Gunn making a comedy, he literally said in the Q&A that it's not what this film's going to be. I think this trailer showed that, though. I think this teaser trailer made it very clear this wasn't that. This is so much. Man, I love this teaser. I am very excited to see so much more. I know they have to put out a full-length trailer at some point. I know they have to do a second trailer at some point, because that's the way these reveals work. But right now, I love that the teaser gave me so little except tone and hope. And that's what Superman is supposed to be, is a beacon of hope. And I have hope for this film and for next year. And I've said for a couple years now, you can find videos in Real Rejects, I think we need Superman more than ever. And I think we need a movie like this more than ever. I think we have great characters that are so good at thriving in darkness. I love Batman, and I love Batman being dark. But we don't have a lot of bright, hopeful characters. I think there's a reason Ted Lasso did so well. I think we need to keep our darkness, but we shouldn't let everything turn to cynicism. And even our darkness can turn into hope. And even that vengeance can become hope. Even those characters can crawl out, and I think we need a beacon of light above all those characters to pull us out of this darkness. And I think this movie is going to be very important. I think movies are more important than people think they are. I think that pop culture is culture. I think that when people judge something for being a blockbuster, they're being very short-sighted. I think that if millions of people experience something together that causes emotion, it changes millions of people's view on everything, not just those 2 hours. So now is the time where we need millions of people to think there is hope for humanity. And who better to show us the way than Superman? And that teaser gave me this. So I'm sure I'm going to get comments in the below saying I'm being hyperbolic. I don't think anyone is quite as important as heroes in times of duress. And I think the biggest and brightest, it's time. So I love that teaser. Sorry if any of you are mad at me for being overjoyed. I'm sure that will come, but right now, pure glee. Got to see it twice back to back in a theater. Overwhelmed and hopeful. So that is going to do it for this conversation. I want to continue this conversation in the comments below. However, what did you think of the teaser? What did you think of Guy Gardner of Hawkgirl? What did you think of the relationships Lois and Clark, Lois and Superman? What did you think of Lex Luthor? What did you think of the flash of Krypto goodness? What did you think of the teaser overall? Stay tuned for another video, hopefully later in the day, maybe as late as tomorrow, but hopefully later in the day, of my conversations with the cast of Superman as well as with James Gunn. Got a couple more comic recommendations for you lovelies in that video that James and I talked about. But yeah, this teaser, I'm a very happy Superman fan. So, all right, that is going to do it. Much love to each and every one of you. Leave a comment below. Leave a like on this video. Hit that subscription bell. We're so close to 40K. Would love to hit 40K by the end of the year. I'll see you lovely soon.